College Success Arizona presents Scholar Interviews. The following interview features Jennifer Luna.
I was born in Yuma, Arizona, and I lived there all my life. Currently, last month I moved to Phoenix. So I'm in Phoenix as of right now.
And the transition from Yuma, which is mostly a rural area, to Phoenix, which is very much an urban area, what has that been like?
It's been a lot more different. Yuma is a really small town. You know everyone here. And just moving to Phoenix, it's a bigger city, very different people. You meet new people every day. Opposed to Yuma, you basically know everybody or where everyone's at.
Growing up in Yuma, can you describe your earliest childhood memories and attending school?
Yeah, Yuma is a bigger town. I live in another little town. It's called Summerton, but it's really close to Yuma.
So you grew up in Summerton, which is to the south of Yuma. You attended school in Summerton. Tell us a little bit about that experience, what your childhood was like.
It was a small town. There was only one middle school, so it was composed of about 400 students. And then for high school, I went to Yuma, which was the Boa High School, and that was a bigger high school. It was really nice growing up in just a small town. Like I said, we knew everyone. The majority of the people there were Hispanics, very culture-friendly, culture-alike. It was really nice. Like I said, there was a lot of help for us. The support that Yuma has is very different to the one I've seen here in Phoenix. It's really different, but I feel like more people were involved in our town. That's something really important that I've learned to value, the way we were raised and how to appreciate small towns like that.
And so in Summerton, you're only, about 10, 15 miles north of the border, San Luis, Arizona, then which bleeds into San Luis Rio, Colorado, right?
Correct, yeah. I have family across the border, so it's really easy to cross the border. We know our way around there. So it's not, culture-wise, it's not as diverse as here. So the majority, like I said, are Hispanics. So you see a lot of Mexicans. That's basically what you see around. So Mexican traditions are really, really strong around there.
And at what point did you become familiar or connected with College Success Arizona?
It was actually in high school. It was my sophomore year. That's when they started telling us about, the program, how to get involved. And it was our junior year when we started applying and started seeing all the opportunities that they were giving us. Senior year, I applied for the scholarship, and I was awarded with the scholarship. And it made me realize so much. That scholarship made me realize and made me so motivated to keep going with my degree, because it is a 4-year scholarship, and you have to maintain a GPA. So it was really nice to know that they would always encourage us to do good, to not fall back in school. They're always checking on us. And it was really, really nice that they offered that scholarship like that. We wouldn't see, I never really heard of a 4-year scholarship, especially in that small town that they offered. So it was really, really beneficial to me.
So you are how old currently, and where are you attending school, and what is your course of study?
I am 22 years old. I graduated from Arizona Western College, which is in Yuma. It's a community college. I attended there 2 years, and I was going to actually transition to the U of A in Tucson. But along that way, going to be my junior year, there was an incident in my family, and where my mother and my 3-year-old nephew actually got in a car accident. They actually passed away this last year. So I had to take a semester off due to that to help my family. Luckily, we had a lot of support from the community and actually from College Success. They were keeping in touch with me, trying to help me out and all they could. They were able to help me take that semester off and still maintain that grant they had given me, the scholarship. So luckily, with all their support, I was able to keep that scholarship for this next year. So with all that transition, I actually moved up to Phoenix, which ideally my goal was to be a nurse, and I got into Chamberlain College of Nursing here in Phoenix, Arizona. So as of now, I am a junior.
And you will graduate with your RN when?
I will be graduating April of 2018. So it's a 2-year program. I just started my first year in January, so it will be going. Due to that semester I had to take off, they had to extend that graduation to April 2018 because I needed 3 more months of schooling.
I've heard from some nurses that course of study can be very difficult. What is your experience so far?
So far, it's a really small college. It's all focused on nursing. So all the students there are just nursing students, aside from other colleges that I know they have different degrees. That's what I really like. They do have a lot of resources. So it is a really intense program. We don't have summer breaks. It's year-round. And it's just a lot about dedication. The semester has been really helpful just because of that transition. All the things they have provided to us, tutoring, a lot of orientations to the real world. And also speaking to my college success advisor has helped me a little more to kind of get my way around.
The College Success Advisor through College Success Arizona really act as mentors. Have they been a vital part of this process, specifically in your case because of your family loss and tragedy?
Yes, actually, I believe that they have been my number one motivators. They have not stopped communicating, keeping in touch with me, trying to get me where I'm at. Matthew Sotelo has been seriously like the biggest help since everything. And since before, he's just been he sends me links for other scholarships. He actually just advised me with the Hispanic Nursing Association. They have been just incredible. I believe that if it wasn't for them, this transition with school would have been a little longer. But they've been pushing me just so much. I feel so blessed.
And the scholarship itself from College Success Arizona, how has that been beneficial in helping to keep your debt load down?
If it wasn't for that scholarship, I would have had to pay, or I would have gotten loans. All my community college, so my 2 years, have been actually all paid off with that. And it actually helped a lot because I do have two older sisters, which were attending college at that time. So as of that, I'm debt-free. And this semester, too, it has helped me pay a portion of that money I need for schooling.
The success advisor or the mentor, do they encourage you to network and make as many friends as possible, which could be beneficial not only in establishing, a lot of friends and friendships, but in business?
Like I mentioned, Matthew actually just he gave me a number to contact one of the Hispanic nursing advisors, or not advisors, I'm sorry, one of the nurses there. They have a committee, and he has been trying to get me to talk to her to kind of see where she's at, how she started. He's been telling me of other resources aside from school that I can go to, even them, like little meetings. And he actually meets up with us and just kind of, tells us, always has us like on the line of who to contact. We always go with him, or I personally always go to him and be like, hey, where can I find this? Who can I talk to? So
they're helping to connect you to people within your industry or possibly within a circle of influence that could benefit you in the short or long term, that type of thing?
Yes.
Have you always wanted to be have you always wanted to be a nurse?
I have. I've always wanted to, especially with the tragedy that happened last year. It made me actually want to do it even more.
And the loss of your mother, that's a tremendous, and the loss of your nephew, that's a tremendous loss for anybody at any age. But at some point, I guess I've had people tell me who've been in your circumstance, unfortunately, that you're left with no choice. You just have to move on.
Yeah, it's been the hardest, super unexpected. Seeing my mother and my nephew 3 hours before it happened and just not seeing them again has been so hard. I'm the youngest as well. Yeah, it's very, very hard. Fortunately, it just took me a month to make me realize, and I believe because of my values and where I come from and my background, and the help of all of my community, it has made me stronger to keep going with all my goals that I previously had to always maintain.
Did your family always encourage you to get an education, do well in school, and then eventually attend college?
Yes, they did. My mother actually had her degree in accounting from Mexico, from right across the border. She went to school there, and she went to college over there. She had her degree in accounting. My father always worked. He didn't finish high school. He went up to middle school. So he actually made me, I saw both the good and the struggle. My mom always, did all of her college, all of her schooling, and my father didn't finish, but he always worked for us, provided for us, long hours. He's worked overnight for 20 years now to keep my sisters and I, and just show us that in order to have like a good life, you really need to work hard and my mother also showing me the education path of that. So I believe if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have wanted to be a nurse as bad as I do, and it really was them and the community that has made me really value everything and show it in the future.
And Jennifer, obviously you've accomplished a lot, you've overcome a lot, and you're still accomplishing. What do you say to younger people who are maybe, at a point in their life where they could think about college if they're in middle school, 7th or 8th grade, 12, 13, 14 years old? What would you say as words of encouragement?
I believe no matter what happens to you in life, the only thing that you can make something valuable and make yourself proud is getting an education, because with that, not only are you going to make your family proud, which ideally that's what they want for you, but also you realize that no matter what boundaries there is, you can always overcome them because of education. And I see that education never stops. I haven't graduated or gotten my bachelor's degree, but even there, I'm still thinking of getting a doctorate. I'm still thinking of more. I feel like it's a never-ending thing, and it's so nice to value, because with that you shape family, community, and it's something that it's only you, and you're the only one that can make a difference in your life by having an education.
Long term, do you see yourself returning to work as a nurse or possibly a doctor in Yuma?
I actually do. Because of all the help I received, I feel like that would be a thanks to everyone, to all the doctors that were at the scene. My sister, who was also in the accident, and she was a survivor. She was in the hospital for a week, and the doctors, the nurses were there at her care, and not just hers, but our care. But I feel like I deserve to give that back to another family who might be, or who is going through a tragedy or such an impact like that in their life, and I know I should return that to them.
Thank you for the interview, Jennifer, and for working so hard to make a difference in our community.